Good morning once again, and welcome to our seminar for electrical design engineer. Moreover, the webinar for electrical design engineers. I think all the participants are from electrical background only. So let's start the webinar for design of electrical control panels. Actually, we are into designing, estimation, and costing of electrical control panels, how to design an electrical control panel, how we estimate, how we will calculate the total cost of the electrical control panels. All these things we will cover in our this section. And the question is why I need this course. Actually, in this, as said, in these pandemic conditions, more the peoples are losing their jobs or losing their market. Those who are in the entrepreneur field, those who are running a business, they know better that the things are the market they are losing for these last 2-3 months. So why I need this? Because we have to enhance our so that we can achieve more in our career. So we just helping these upcoming electrical engineers to achieve their career goals in a very short period of time. So the basics of this design field is nothing but just knowing of the basic building blocks of designing. What are the basic blocks that you need to have in while designing a particular panels or particular things? Knowledge from the grassroots level. That means every design will work if you have a better knowledge from the grassroots level. Confidence attained from the knowledge that you attain from the grassroots level makes you confident that you can make a better design for your and present your ideas, present your design and design to execution. If you have a better idea and that idea that makes a design, and that design, if we execute that design into a better, so that that design will makes you so much confident that you can attain a big success in your career life. We had started, we, uh, me and Rohit had started that electrical control panel designing course, so that that electrical engineers that can start their career as a design engineer, not as a trainee. If you there are 6%, I can see 6% of these participants are students. So once they completed their course and they're just joining a company, the company treated you as a trainee only, not as an engineer also. So if you want to start your career as a design engineer, so we are here to help you that you can start your career as a design engineer, not as a trainee in any organization. You know that if you join as a trainee in any organization, they put you in, maybe your interest is in design, but they put you in maybe in servicing, or they may put you in sales or quality. You can't say that you are interested in design and I want a job as a design engineer. Company won't listen to you, and they simply put you in wherever they want. So if you have a course in your hand, the certificate in your hand that I have done designing of electrical control panels from so and so institution, so they can you can say that you have a capacity, you are capable for designing something, designing a control panel, designing a motor, designing a transformer. So with the help of this course, so you can join a company, you can have a job with the designation of design engineer. So me and Rohit has designed a course called Design of Electrical Control Panels, which covers mainly all the electrical control panels in the industries, like NCC panels, PCC panels, APFC panels, and HVC panels, AMF panels. There are a lot of panels, 10, 12 panels we will cover in our course. So how we design the panels, what are the busbar calculations, what are the fabrication calculations are there, and how will we construct a panel with the protections, IP protection classes. So all these things will cover in the main class. So we both have designed this class last 5 years back, 5 to 6 years back. We have designed a particular this thing called designing of electrical control panels, and we are having 5 to 6 years of experience of this. And basically, we are starting with basic all these switch gears also. What is an MCB, and all of us are electrical engineers, so all of us are knowing what is meant by MCB, MCCP, or contactor. But from the selection of these MCCB and MCBs, we may not even aware that there are so many types of MCBs are there in the market. There are so many trip curve characteristics are there. Like in MCB also, C curve MCB is there, B curve MCB is there, D curve MCB is there, Z curve MCB is there, and we may not be knowing that these curves MCBs are where these MCBs are being used. For time being, I can say that for residential purpose, we can use P curve or C curve MCBs. For motor protection, C curve MCBs can be. What are the to be carried out while having the selection of MCB? If you select a wrong MCB, then it may not be work at the site, and it may create a problem, and it may be create the financial losses also. So while selecting these switchgears, we have to very much careful while selecting these MCBs. And in our section, we will cover how we are going to select these switchgears and like MCB, MCCB, and all. Everybody knows that the MCB is an electromechanical device. I will not go deeply into this because all of us are electrical background students, electrical background. So we will go from, as I said, we will go from the grassroots level, treating like as a fresher. The students are not even see these panels. They are not even seeing these switch gears, and or not even used to into these switch gear panels and all. So we will cover from it from the grassroots level from the beginning. So MCB is there, MCCB is there, motor case circuit breaker MCCB is there. We will go deeply how it works and what are the types of MCCBs are there. There are so many types of MCCBs are there. And how will we select the protection classes? There are so many protection classes of MCCBs are there. Overload protection, under voltage protection, over current, under current, short circuit, instantaneous. There are apart from these, there are so many types of MCBs are there. As type 2 coordination MCCBs. Nowadays we are going for type 2 coordinations, not type 1 coordinations. Why we are going for the type 2 coordinations, and or we are going deeply into this in the class. And the current rating, how will we select these MCBs, and we will discuss deeply. And ELCBs are there. In residential electrical circuit, we use residential panels, we use ELCBs in this ELCB switchgears in the control panels. Hello.
Unmuted,
RCCBs,
unmuted, please continue,
yes,
sir.
RCCBs are there, MPCBs are there, and MPCB is nothing but motor protection circuit breaker. Motor protection circuit.
Otherwise, I have to remove it. Please mute mic. Otherwise, if it creates disturbance to anybody, I'll have to remove from the group. Please mute your mic. I hope you all have been attending a lot of webinar. Please mute everybody. Ashish sir, please. Ashish Panaskar sir, please mute.
Yes. So this is motor protection circuitry, MPCBs, and we are using MPCBs and MCCBs. Actually, these two are different types of switch gears. Don't get confused by MPCBs and MCCBs. If you consider a starter of DL starter or a Stadalta starter, if somebody is using MPCB for a particular capacity of motors without using a starter and all, DL starter or the Stadalta starter, and for switching, we can use we can have MCCB, and for protection of motor, we can have MPCBs, motor protection circuit breakers. These two are different types of switch gears, and we will go deeply into the working of MCCB, working of MPCBs, or the advantages of both. We will work deeply into this in our actual classes. And this is the working of contactors, how the contactor will work, how the auxiliary terminals will work, and how the main power terminals will get connected. So all these simple logical diagramming. So how the contactor will work, and there are what are the contactor types and what are the voltage ratings of these contactor available in the market. All these things. All these. And these are the electrical control panels we are going to discuss in our class, like PCC panels, MCC panels, APFC panels, AMF panels are there. All these panels, PCC panel in the sense power control center. Actually, these power control centers may be having PDBs. There are a lot of people are saying that PCC panel, and somebody says PDB panels. This is the power distribution panels, power control centers, and motor control centers are there, MCC panels. Automatic power factor control panel. Power factor to be controlled, to be maintained to a certain value. So all of us are knowing that what is the maximum value of the power factor that should be maintained practically. So we are having a panel of panel to maintain this power factor. Next is the AMF panels, auto mains panels, relay panels, which is using in diesel generators, so that when the MSCB, I am talking to the Maharashtra Electricity Board. If the electricity board power fails, then it will automatically switch on the DG, and if the electricity board's power came back, then it will automatically shut down the DG. So for that, we need a panel. That panel should switch on and switch off the DG automatically. So this panel is called AMF panels, and distribution panels are there. DG synchronization panel is there. DG synchronization panel, in the sense, we will go deeply programming logical controller panels, PLC panels, automation panels, AHV panels, HVAC panels are there. So these panels we go deeply, like power control center panels, like images as I have shown here, with a lot of SCBs are there, indicating MCBs are there, indicating lamps are there. So these panel, how it works and how you are going to design this panel, are deeply we will cover this in our motor control center MCC panels. As I said, it can consist of more starters, like DL starter, Stadalta starters, VFDs of starters, and RDOL, reversible DL starters are there. So all these starters will combine together in this motor control center panels. So how will you select a starter? How will you select a starter according to the HP of motor? All these things we will cover deeply in the class. This is the motor control center panels, and this is AMF control panels, automatic power factor control panels. Actually, our AMF control panels are consist of capacitors to maintain this electrical power factor. Nowadays, we are having capacitor panels along with inductance load actually. So there will be a reactor connected to this APFC control panel. So nothing but it is used to maintain the power factor to a particular value. Actually, practically we can say that we can have 0.95 power factor. We can maintain up to 0.999, and practically we can maintain up to 0.95. And these are AMF panels. As I said, AMF panels are used to switch on and off the DG automatically while having a power failure in the system. So AMF panels are mainly used in connection with diesel generator DGs. These are generator synchronization panels. Actually, if you want to run 2-3 generators, 2-3 alternators in parallel, so we can have a panel called DG synchronization panel. These panel synchronize these DGs, and they will run parallelly, and they will share the load to be lots required in the system. So these panels used to synchronize the DGs, and they will synchronize these 2-3 DGs, and they will run parallel. And this is HVAC panel. Actually, I had said that AHU panels and HVAC panels. AHU and HVAC, more or less, they are same. The name is common. HVAC panels are needs to use where there is an air conditioning system to be controlled centralized. So if you want to control an air conditioning system, we can have an HVAC panel, so that the air that we taken in can be heated or it can be cooled by the help of heaters and chillers. So for controlling that heaters and chillers, we can have a electrical panels. So we are having HVAC panels, and we are going deeply into this designing of these panels as well. And last but not least, the PLC control panels. We are not covering the programming section, but we are covering the designing of these PLC automation panels. How this panel can be used in MCC, and how this panel can be used in automations and all. So all these parameters we are going to cover. And the main part is selection of these switchgears, MCB, MCCB, or ACB. How we are going to select these MCCBs or MCBs and ACBs. Because the electrical switchgear that we are going to use have a basic protection against the overcurrent and short circuit protection mainly. But some client may ask you more protection, like short circuit, like under voltage protection may be there. So in that condition, that you have to select as MCCB, which is having all these protection classes. As mentioned earlier, I had said that we have to select MCCB or ACB as per the applications. What is the application of our panel, so that by knowing the application, we can select the switchgears according to the need of the client, the end users. So these selection of MCBs and MCCBs or ACBs, we are going deeply into that. What are the types of MCBs? Like I said, what are the trip current characteristics of these MCBs, these switchgears? So accordingly, we can select the type of MCBs or type of switchgears that are going to use in our panels. So we have to very careful while selecting these MCCB switchgears. because some of these parameters are confusing, and it may lead to a wrong selection of MCB. As I said, if I select a wrong MCB for a particular application, then it will lead to a financial losses to me, and also it will create problem inside, and also it will create the time period that it has to be going to rectify it from the site, so that it may work very. So all this part we will going to cover deeply in our classes. So these are some feedbacks that we got from our students. If you have any questions regarding this, you can ask for any 5 minutes, or we will move on to the next presentation, and we will have the question answer section and the last. Hello, Rohit sir.
Yes, sir. Electrical.
Sorry.
Electrical CAD, sir. Electrical CAD.
Okay. So in the end we will go for question answer section. Right?
Yes, sir. At the end.
Yep.
You can note down the question, everybody. We'll be happy to answer your any technical queries, any career interest related queries. Just ask Andy of he's just showing another 15 minutes for electrical CAD, just control panel or what he has made in using advanced electrical CAD.
I will share one more presentation, and I will go for that electrical CAD software. Is my presentation visible?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Is it visible?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Electrical AutoCAD. How many of you are aware of are making drawings right now? How many of you are in drafting? I know. Okay, no issue. In this,
you can type on the chat box.
Yes.
Just a second.
Yes, okay. In this module, we are going to cover AutoCAD, normal AutoCAD 2021 and AutoCAD Electrical 2021. These two modules will cover, and I think some of you may drafting right now with normal AutoCAD, and we are going to AutoCAD Electrical 2021. And I will just explain why we need that electrical AutoCAD software and all. All these drawings was like this. We used to draw a single drawing in a white paper, and we used to change the drawings while simply writing it, or writing it by a pen or a pencil. And the drawings are looks like these in old age drawings. These are the tools that we are used to make drawings in the old age times. Now the software are coming up with drawing softwares. So we can use Microsoft Paint, Photoshop, and CorelDRAW for draw things like Microsoft Paint used to help us to make drawings. Photoshop also is a software for drawing. CorelDRAW is also helps us to drawing, make us to help to drawing, and we are having this AutoCAD 2020 and AutoCAD Electrical 2021 to having to draw an electrical drawing as per the electrical. In that electrical AutoCAD, we are having a particular this thing that we are having. So many parameters, so many electrical icons have been made inbuilt in the software. We don't have to draw a particular switch, a particular push button, a particular meters and all. All these things are basically, it is inbuilt in the software. So we are going, I am showing that electrical software also, so that you can came to know that how we are used to draw these on AutoCAD Electrical 2021. And why we need this electrical AutoCAD is the changes we can make easier. The layers are much easier. I will show how we make a drawing in layers and all. Dimensioning is easier and is simple to dimension in multiple ways. If you want to make a dimension in a 2D diagram and in a 3D diagram, so the dimensioning is very easy in AutoCAD, both in normal AutoCAD and in electrical AutoCAD. Easy to make as many copies as you want. If you have done a drawing and it get approved from your superior, so if after approving this, you can make as many copies and you can send it to manufacturing section, quality section, and engineering section, and you can have so as much as copy. And if you can, if you want to send it to the client, also you can send it through emails. So you can make as much as copy as you want in AutoCAD software. Exchange drawings by email, as I said, like sending it to the client, sending it to your internal departments. So these electrical drawings, these drawings can be exchanged by using email. Easy to keep fail-safe backup and drawings and to revert the previous drawing. Revert to previous drawing in the sense, if you had made a drawing and if you had manufactured accordingly and that manufacturer design fails something, and we have to revert it back to the previous drawing, then it will be very easy to revert to its previous drawing actually. That the changes that you made can be erased easily, and it will come consistent line works. Those who are using this AutoCAD, they may know that they are using consistent line works in there. You can draw in full scale. If you design a panel of 3 meters length, then you can draw the panel as full scale with a 3 meter length actually. So drawing in full scale can be made possible by having in AutoCAD drawing. Show different areas in one model, but like top view can be made visible, bottom view, sectional views can be shown. Easy to control drawing scale. As I said, full scale drawing is there. You can draw while having a scale of 1:5, 1:10, and you can have a scale of 1:100 also. Different drawing representation with layer properties, sheet managing advantages, batch plot is there. So these are the advantages that we got from the AutoCAD from normal old age drawings. And we are going to AutoCAD Electrical 2021. This is AutoCAD Electrical 2021. So we can have GA diagrams. We can make GA diagrams in AutoCAD Electrical. As the screen, you can see that this is a GA drawing of D panels. These GA drawings can be made in this software. All these, the front view is there. You can view the side view, internal mounting details, bottom views. All these things can be shown in a single drawing. This is the power diagrams, how we are getting the power from the incomer section and how we are distributing the power to different areas, like how you use the metering. Voltmeters is there, ammeter is there, and these are the control transformer that we are going to use in these electrical panels. And these are the control diagrams. Actually, this is a VFD control diagram. Input chalk is there. Somewhere it may become output chalk also will be used in VFD panels. So all these things can be represented, can be drawn in electrical AutoCAD. And you can make SLDs also, single line diagrams also you can make to this software, which is a typical SLD, single line diagrams. Okay. If you have any questions, we will move on to the question answer session at the end of this presentation. now I move to the electrical software, how it works. Can you see my screen? The software?
No, sir, no, not yet. Just
1 second.
Just open that, then green button you can share.
1
After
second.
opening.
Yes, yes. Yes.
Yes,
Let
yes,
me
we
click
are
this.
able to see now.
This is AutoCAD Electrical 2021 software is there. And this home page is nothing but the same as that of the normal AutoCAD, like the AutoCAD 2021. In this, we can have lines, polylines, circles, rectangle, all these things are there. Like by using line, I can draw. 1 second. Yeah, by selecting line tool, I can draw this into line like this. Any shape you can draw like by using this line command, like normal AutoCAD. And polylines is there, circle is there. These tools will the same as that of the normal AutoCAD, and this project from these the electrical AutoCAD starts that how we will make a particular project and how we are adding our drawings to this project and all. So I will show one project manager is there. So we can, yeah, I am having these 2-3 drawings over here, the extra library, and also we can add this thing, add new drawing, new project as well. So something we can add a new project here. You want to add a new project. So I am saying this one is a CAD drawing. Okay. My screen is visible, no? All of you can see my screen and screen, no?
Yes, sir, completely. Here is
Yes. Yes.
clearly visible.
Yes. Okay. I had created one new project called CAD, and it is visible over here. And I can add drawing also. I can add new drawings here, and I can add drawings that is existing in my system also. If I am adding new drawings, then it will come with another window, and the name is I put in the drawings of electrical CAD and template. I had browse for a template. AutoCAD electrical. Okay. And if you look okay. Then the same drawing that I had browsed for the template has been opened under this project CAD. So you can see that this drawing is open under the electrical CAD drawing. So like that we can add drawings, we can create new drawings under this project. You can create as many drawings as you can have this for this project. Some in future also you can add drawings. If you created 2-3 drawings at the beginning, and if you want to add 2-3 drawings in future, then also you can add that drawings in under particular that project you had created in the beginning. So like this, the project is working. See, this electrical CAD drawing is comes under this CAD project. So likewise, I can add one more drawings also. If you want to add new drawings, then also you can add new drawings, as many drawings if you want as much drawings as you want. You can add in this project section also. So these are the other tools if you want to copy the drawing, delete the drawing. If you want to make a zip and you can send it to your client or your internal departments, you can send these drawings to all these. So these are the project electrical this thing. And delete this. The next is schematic. In normal AutoCAD, I don't know how many of you are working with normal AutoCAD and electrical AutoCAD. In electrical AutoCAD, there are, as I said, there are so many icons, inbuilt icons are there. If I click on this icon menu, this one window will open. See, these are the push buttons, selector switches, fuses, relays, timers are there, motor controls are there, parrot lamps. All these icons are there, inbuilt icons are there. I will show you how to draw these icons. In normal AutoCAD, if I want to draw a line diagram, you have to SLD diagrams. I have to go to the home page and select line, and I have to draw a line and all. In electrical drawing, we don't have to do that. In electrical drawings, there are in schematic have a multiple bus is there. We create another empty spaces, and we have to select how many lines are there, number of wires. If I am going to select 4 wires, the drawings will be like this. Actually, the scale is not selected. See, with one click, I had drawn 4 number of wires. And like this, we can have another number of 4 wires from this single line like this. So these tool help us to draw the number of lines, the number of wires in a single click. So if I want to add an icon in this line, for example, I am adding a push button in this line. So I have to just click over this, and the all push button has been. And one more window has been come up with this edit component. And if you want to edit all these things, if I want to rename the push button like PP1, if there is one more option is there. If you want to add this push button catalog, so you can have this catalog inbuilt in this software. Just click the lookup icon. It will open another window of catalog. See, the catalog browser has been opened. So in this we can have so many catalogs, so many components of push button. So I am just clicking in one of them randomly. Just I have clicked push button and OK. All these parameters will become in this catalog data area. See, manufacturer has come up AP, the catalog number has been come up. So all these things will be, and you can having in the line description also push button. If I write PP1, line 2, on push button. So it will come like this PP1 on push button, and it will be PP1. You can change this nomenclature also. And all these catalog details that I had entered will come up while we will go for the preparing bill of material. Actually, there is one more option is there for preparing bill of material. Reports, under reports, we have having that reports button. In we can select this bill of material. Then all the parameters that we are added in a particular drawing will come up with the these catalog details on all these data we are having input. So we can export this into a Excel sheet also. You don't have to write it separately for in Excel sheet also. We can export this BOM to an Excel sheet also. So under schematic, you can add push buttons, and there are switch gears also. We can select a switch is there. You can have switch gears. Circuit breakers are there. So if you want to add 3-pole circuit breakers, I am selecting this line. So it will ask if you want to, the 3-pole switch will be on the right side or to the left side. Now I want it to the right side, so I click right. Then automatically all these switch gear will come to the three R phase, Y phase, and B phase. And if you want to edit this component, you can edit this CD1, and this you can say NCCP something, and you can go for this NCCP catalog. All these catalog data will come under your bill of material. I randomly selected one. So all these details have been come up in catalog data. Okay. So these catalog data will be showing in the BOM, and this people NCCP has been selected in with a very single click. You can draw a triple NCCP. Like this, we can have so many built-in icons are there, like for relays, contactors, timers, and all these things we can have with a single click we can insert these tools into the drawings also. These are the pilot lamps that we are going to having the indicating lamps. So under schematic, we are having this icon menu, circuit builders. Actually, the circuit builder is having inbuilt drawings of motor controls. There are horizontal counterversing forward control is there. I can show you how it works. Yeah. While having a single click, it will be inserting a total drawings of 3-phase motor control drawings with a control transformer and all. This drawing has been inserted by its own. All these parameters with switch gears, these NONC contacts are there, oil is there, or contactors, and the motors. If you want to edit all these, the ratings of this switch gears, we can edit also, like the value of control transformer, the value of motor, the HP rating of motor also we can edit. Suppose if you want to go to the electrical control panels, so this I have selected horizontal non, and we can configure it also. If you want to go for a configure, then we have to insert it here. Then another window will come up with the configuration selection. In that we can configure that. The motor setup is there, the type of motor, the load that we are going to give in that motor, the voltage, is it a single phase or 3-phase voltage, then we can select it as a 440, 415. phase, it is obviously three phase. We can see all these things we can add in this configuration sheet. So motor setup is there, motor symbols, manufacturer, who is the manufacturer and what is the catalog number, and all these things we can have in this catalog details. Disconnecting means what are the switch gear we are using. It's a disconnected switch or an fuse or an MCCB, or all these things we can use select over here. If I add selected circuit breaker, then the manufacturer, catalog details, type of the circuit breaker, all these things we have to. Then the control transformer, which transformer we are using, which transformer. If you are not using a transformer, you can simply click that. Power factor correction. If it is a induction motor, then it will consume with something related to the power factor. So if any power factor correction method we are using, then we can having that data also. Overload, how you going to the overload protection classes. So all these things can be made possible over here, this motor terminal. And all the motor nameplate details that you have while designing the panel, MCC panel, all these details can be made as an input in this section. So we can configure this drawing as well in this electrical AutoCAD. So, and these are the edit component section. Like we can edit this component. If you draw a normal push button in a normal AutoCAD, we can edit it as a single unit. But here, if you click on edit button, it will take you to the first window that you had created while drawing this push button. So if you want to edit it in this, so it will come off here over here. And one more thing is there, if you want to give wire numbers, ferrule numbers, those who are working in the control panel industry can know how what is the ferrule numbers and all. So if you want to give wire numbers, simply click wire numbers over here. It will take you to another window. If you have selected sequential from, say, I have to have PN1 to PN1, 2, 3, 4. So PN1 is, I have selected PN1 and drawing wire also. See, it will come from PN1, PN2, PN. Give wire numbers automatically in the total drawing sheet. You can go for project wide also. As I said, I had created project and I had inserted 2-3 drawings on that project window. And if I selected project wide, the whole drawings will be get wire numbered by a single click. So you can have wire numbers, and this is a source arrow. If you click a source arrow, a particular wire, and you can have. If I use that this SIG001 this question, I just put 240 volt. And arrow can be also, arrow style can also be changed. This for, by default I am selecting this one. So the PN wire number will come over here, and with an arrow. That means it shows that PN1 is an 240 voltage, and it will go to, and you can also rename it to PN1. So source. If I select the second one, then we can have SG1. And if I am writing here to sheet number 2, if I am writing sheet number 2, and I am selecting this arrow, it will say that it is PN number 2 and it is going to sheet number 2. Okay. Like that, we can have this source arrow and destination arrows we can have in this drawing. So these are the some advantages over normal AutoCAD with electrical AutoCAD in schematic diagram. And also in panel also you have an icon menu is there. For that, if I had drawn an GA drawing of a facial of electrical panel, say like this electrical panels, and if I want to insert a selector switch, see the one window is coming up, and if you are gone for a catalog lookup, selector switch catalog will be open. You can select it randomly. Okay. And okay. So one selector switch will be drawn automatically, and we can put it over. And we can have the rotational also. See, after that insertion, it will go and take you to another window. That from that window you can have all these catalog component tag descriptions, and the catalog that I had selected will automatically come over here, and all these things we can edit if you want to. Then simply click OK, and this selector switch will be placed over the GA drawing. So under panel, it will go as the front facial diagram, and in schematic, if you select a selector switch to position, see the selector switch will be appearing like this. Both are selector switch, but I put this selector switch under panel, and I had selected this under schematic. So these are the difference between these two. If you are selecting it from schematic, it will come with the icon of schematic diagram, and if you are selected under panel section, then you will get an. We can put both the icons in also GA drawing and as well as in schematic diagram. So these are the basic things I want to explain while having AutoCAD electrical drawings. We'll go deeply into that. How we select these? We can also having symbol builder is there. If there is if you want to insert a symbol that is not present in this icon menu, then we can add a separate symbol in this while having a symbol builder also. You can create it in a normal AutoCAD. We can browse it from here, and you can make availability in the icon menu. Okay. The class. So these are the advantages over normal AutoCAD. While we are discussing the panels, I had discussed the panels. Reports also I had explained how we can have bill of material of the particular drawing that we had drawn in schematic or a panel. So simply click the reports, and we will have bill of materials. All these things we can export it to Excel and all. So that's it. Any question